Welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West. Well, the shit really hit the fan the last two videos. We completed Zenith. Not Zenith, Gemini. And Varl got killed. So, bad shit happened. Now, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure that we have Hephaestus and Gaia. I think we do. I think we have it, but I don't know who has it. And then the Zenith showed up, and they killed Varl, but the other Zenith, what's her name? Tilda. She saved us, and I'm assuming she saved Gaia. Not sure. Let's see what we have here. Coils. We have a bunch of stuff in here. We have some new coils, it looks like. So this is a big turning point in the game. Now we have to go talk to Tilda now and see just who the hell she is and why she decided to save us. Where's... Oh, I already got it. Okay. Resources. What do we have resource-wise that's in here? Probably something we got off a machine somewhere. Let's see. We have a lot of machine parts. I got to get rid of some of these. I mean, look at this thing here. I got 19, what am I, 19 Ravager circulators. 17 Red-Eye circulators. Okay, we got to get rid of some stuff. That'll get us some money back because we're down on our money. We spent a lot of money. Here we go. What's this? Oh, a slaughter spine. So first one of those, huh? Alright, so right now, the main quest is All That Remains. We have to go talk to Tilda. So, there's going to be a lot of dialogue in this video, probably. Maybe the next couple of videos, I don't know. And we got some questions for Tilda.
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off world. Take a look, if you like.
Take a look.
I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead.
Really?
Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain.
I don't know what night now means. Oh, there, now we can examine it.
And Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation.
Okay, I don't want to listen to everything, every one of these.
Apart,
this one might be a good one.
Forever burn.
This one might be a good one.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
And what's this one?
The Gust. By Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it. Stunning, isn't it? Paintings were the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
Lidded
What was it
ewer?
for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Bon Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Okay. Head towards the light.
There you are. Feeling better?
I love her.
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Her outfit kind of blows me away. Her whole chest and neck thing she's got going on there.
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen.
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There.
Tea?
That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs.
So
By
that
now, you must know that Gerard
do not
intends
have
to
Gaia.
use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals.
Specifications?
This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
Okay, here we go.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful.
If you like.
What about you,
So
biatch?
you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
I can barely read that stuff.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
Okay. A lot of stuff to learn here. Yeah, it's kind of funny how they use her full name, Tilda Vandermeer, when they show the quotes there. But you can hardly read this stuff because of that white tablecloth. That was a mistake.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans.
I think she had goo-goo eyes for Elizabeth, huh? The other Zeniths.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying. A pampered dream state.
Stultifying. Let's look that
As the decades
up.
passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again. But this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
Sure. All right, let's talk about, I guess, Beta, huh?
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the Data Channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
The Data Channel.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Sure.
Why did you make the Data Channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below.
So how'd you cook breakfast, I
Cultural
wonder?
artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
All right, we're done with that line of questioning. Let's go here.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard.
Yeah, she keeps saying that.
He believes it's
Gerard.
better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
All right, the base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
You think?
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
Yeah, sure you will. Silence. What are we gonna do about him?
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
Ooh,
The
those
ones
guys.
working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh
It
army,
has worked.
victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
The Tanakhs.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside.
Yeah?
So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you.
I think she had a thing for her, huh? Okay, a thing
Your
for Elizabeth.
ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
Hmm.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not
Okay, that's a good
exactly.
word.
It was a summit in Paris about machine learning, a touchy subject in those days, because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
Your approach?
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
Okay, so we gotta find another way, I guess, huh?
First Varl. Now Hekarro and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
Just like that, raise your hands and it works.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run Simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Sylens' army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Sylens' only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Sylens to the table.
Not if. When.
Alrighty then.
Are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
The Wings of the Ten. Alright, so return to the base. How do we get out of here first? This way it says go? There's gotta be there is a campfire here, yeah, right there. Okay. Let's get some of these things around here. Oh, lots of words. I hear some creatures though, so I gotta get around. Wait.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Let's get some loot while we're here, actually. The hell? Where was that at? This loot box. It's upstairs? It is, but how do I get it? Is there stairs in here? There might be stairs in here. Yeah, let's see what we can loot while we're here. This goes down. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. Jesus, she just kind of climbs over stuff. I guess that's better than tripping and falling on your face, eh? I don't see many stairs here, though. And what is that? A metal flower, too, huh? Okay. Can I get that, or is it on another plane of existence? It's right here. Let's see if we can get up another level before we head to the base. We're gonna go to the base, get all this extra dialogue out of the way. But I gotta figure out how to get up. If I remember correctly, it's not easy. Here's something to get up on here, eh? Aw, girl, you had that. Yeah, I want to get up there. How do I get up there? Well, I was close. Because she has to take that extra little step. Wait a minute. I'm on another floor, aren't I? Looks like I'm on another floor. Oh, could have climbed up right there, I guess. Oh, here's some stuff. Yeah, I want to loot as much stuff before I go to a box and get all my stuff. This looks like an elevator here, eh? No? Where's that metal flower at? Oh, here's another data thing. More stuff. Alright, how do we get up to... Where's that metal flower at? It's like right this way somewhere. Ooh, that's pretty far down. Can't go that way. Can I go this way? Metal flower is down beneath me. Let's see. I discovered something. I don't know what. That's the Far Zenith base out there. What did I discover? Tilda's mansion. Metal flower. Okay, it just kind of popped up. But how do I get to it? God, sometimes these leaves are a pain in the ass. Just trying to look around. Okay, that's pretty far down. Wide was. Okay, let's see. Metal flower. How do I get to it? It's right below me here somewhere. I don't want to go that way. Let's see. Let's find a... There's gotta be probably a... I'll just fall through a hole somewhere, probably. Right there. It's right underneath me. Huh. Here's something. See what this does here. Let's see what it says. Drop down. Okay, and then where are we going from here? Down there? Okay. No! God, damn it.
I felt a jolt in my bones.
You think? Stupid girl. Let's try it again. Damn it, here it is. This is where I want to go up. Nope. That wasn't gonna work. Let's get up there. Come on, you can get up there. Alright, here we go. Let's go this way. Duck. Go this way. Go up. Go this way again. Go up. Go. Jesus. Get out of here. Let's see. I did find a way to get up there, didn't I? There was another way to get up there over here somewhere. Where is it? There's a staircase. I gotta get rid of these weeds, and I think that's gonna be the metal flower, eh? Let's go this way. Oh, we can climb up over there, I guess, huh? Come on, really? Just jump out to that branch. It's right here. Come on, get it. Let's go this way then. I don't really want to go that way, I don't think. I want to go this way. Going up doesn't do me any good. Why would I want to go there? I guess it gets me to the same place, doesn't it? Alright, let's go this way. Alright, go down. Alright, let's try this again. There was a thing over here that we can take down. Watch the branches and the trees and everything. Go this way, right? Right here. Okay, now we want to go this way and then drop down to here, right? Okay. Is that the flower? There we go, finally. Get rid of the weeds. There we go. It's gonna make life a little easier. Got some steak. I saw that. T-bone. Alright, so where am I now? Get dark. Can't see where I'm at here. Can't go that way. I thought that would clear up these weeds here, but it did not, eh? This way, maybe? No, that looks like death. Well, actually, there's a little patio there. Oh, that's where we're having breakfast. Okay, that's good. What else is in here? I think we got everything that I needed. Nope, I missed something. Oh, that's the flower. Okay, let's go back this way
This
then.
wind's blowing strong. I gotta stay upright.
Shut up, Aloy. Something there I missed. Oh, that was a data point. Okay. This way? We don't want to go this way. We need to go this way, I think. I think we're good. That's the flower. Data point. Okay, let's go out this door. Right here. I guess they got rid of the bellow backs that were here, eh? There's the campfire. Make sure that that little convoy isn't coming up the road. I don't see him. Alright, so we're going to go to the camp. Our base camp. Have more conversations, because there's going to be a lot of them. Alright, let's call a video here. We're nearing the end of this game. Well, the main game anyway. Then we got the DLC to deal with. So, if you're watching, Thanks for watching. See ya.